These surfers are on the attack, hitting these critical sections. That's what John Florence has been doing during the break. He had this one. And what do you reckon? Do you reckon he's going to get into the excellent range at some point here, Felicity?
Yeah, it's inevitable. I mean, far out. I mean, look at this turn. Look at the power and the style. Just the way he brings it back around and he turns on, really pivots on that back arm. And here you go. We get to see another variation of that layback hack.
Yeah, he went into that turn in first class. He was just completely flat.
Yeah, thanks, Ron. There's so much mystery around this board, and it's so clearly different when you actually dig into the design compared to what anyone else is really riding. This is the famous Ghost model by Pyzel, and the board that John has done all this brilliant surfing on, not only out here but in Hawaii and pretty much anywhere where the waves actually kick up. So what are the differences? The outline first is the thing for me that's marginally different, because the wide point has been pushed forward. There's so much more thickness up under the chest here compared to other boards that you'll see on the tour, and just the narrowness of this tail here. So when John drives off that front foot and then he goes into that big monster carve that we're so used to seeing, he's using this part of the board just to gouge into the face of the wave. Future system, so on the tour there's really only two choices. It's the FCS2 system or it's the future system, and that's John's signature fin that I'm told he's been working on for a little while. But this is a 6.2, an exact replica of what John is riding out there at the moment, and yeah, super unique. It's got this unusual flat spot through here in the rocker, slight single to double concave, so there's some big differences compared to what everyone else is riding. But it just goes to show you, you know, John has worked on this design with John Pyzel, and it's a match made in heaven, and it's a romance, as Flick calls it.
It must be, you know, just such a fine line or a tapered rail up where all that foam is under the chest, Rich, because John doesn't struggle to sink the entire length of the rail through those big calves.
Hit the nail on the head, Ron. A super domed or a rolled deck, as we would call it. But yeah, it trips me out. And if you have a look, just look at where he's waxed this board to. There's about 6 inches of nice polished board at the nose there, the rest of it, because that's when John, you know, when he does take to the air, that front foot moves right up there. But yeah, so much foam up here. And I was talking to Jake Patterson. He was just laughing, going, there's no way you and I could ride this board, but he does it like a maestro.
Well, John, around 175 pounds, Rich. How much volume's in that board?
Mate, just shy of 30 litres, 29 and 0.25, so 29 and a quarter litres. So still fairly refined, you know, when you think of what Gabriel Medina's riding, he's up around the 29, 30 litres. Ethan Ewing is around 30 litres as well. So there has definitely been more foam injected into the boards in the last couple of years, and I think that theory of riding the least amount of foam possible is out the door. These guys are riding the most amount of foam possible, but still getting all the response and all the feelings that they need out of the board. And you know, the shaper-surfer relationship can't be underestimated. These are the tools. These are the F1. You know, these are the Ferraris, the Formula One. You know, equipment that they need to be able to perform, and they need that marriage. It just has to be there. Otherwise, the confidence is out the door before you even paddle out.
Yeah, and John Florence has been riding John Pyzel's board since he was single figures. So obviously they've done a lot of work in refining those boards. And the spray's not too different to the very first board that John, I think, got from Pyzel.
You know, I was taking a lot of notes there, but he lost me on the wax job.